Hello, all you beautiful people in Webtown, and welcome to Rob Liefeld Appreciation Day, right here on Crypto Comics. And I am so excited for today, my Crypto Knights. For all of you newcomers out there who have no clue what's going on today, Crypto Comics is your #1 source for reviews on Rob Liefeld comic books, and every review is good other than that Sisters of Mercy. That one wasn't good, but all the others are good because I can't help but love Rob Liefeld, as I have pontificated on in many videos. Check the Image Comics playlist. You can check also the Marvel Comics playlist. You can check the X-Men Origins playlist. We have a bevy of Rob Liefeld, and Crypto Comics is the innovator, the creator of Rob Liefeld Appreciation Day, Appreciation Week, Appreciation Month, and Appreciation Season. We do not stop here at Crypto Comics appreciating Rob Liefeld, but on this most glorious of days, the day his beloved mother gave birth to this most beautiful of baby boys, this day we truly celebrate and appreciate Robert Liefeld. And today we are going to appreciate Rob Liefeld by going back to where it all began. That's right, Crypto Knights. This is the 5-issue Hawk and Dove miniseries from 1988, DC Comics, written by Barbara and Karl Kesel, with art by Rob Liefeld, and inks by Karl Kesel. And this is Rob's first work in the mainstream comic book industry. This was just prior to him getting hired to do New Mutants over at Marvel Comics, which is where the entire industry was changed forevermore. Because that ultimately led to the end of the New Mutants and the beginning of X-Force. And let's face it, we wouldn't be here today without Robert Liefeld. There would be no MCU without Robert Liefeld, a man who has had multiple feature films made from his comic book creations. And you can't say that about Todd and Spawn, can you? No, you can't. Just the one movie. Never again. Just one and done for old Toddy. Jim Lee? Nobody even cares about Jim Lee's X-Men run nowadays, do they? No. But still, Rob Liefeld, still at the forefront of the comic book industry. And that is reason enough alone to celebrate this man. And I am super excited to dive into this because, believe it or not, I really enjoyed reading this. It was really fun. And honestly, his artwork back then, even though it's going to be restrained within some very basic panels, as you can clearly see, I'm telling you, this is good, and it's really remarkable. Like, Rob's work is so dynamic, even though he's forced to be restrained within some very simple paneling. This is well before we were breaking out into the gutters. Thanks predominantly to the image revolution, Rob Liefeld, Todd McFarlane, Jim Lee, changed the game forever, right? But we celebrate Rob because Rob, he's the man. Because Rob has more enthusiasm for comic books than any of his peers. I mean, there is a reason that the Levi Strauss Company and Spike Lee decided to make a commercial with Rob Liefeld instead of anybody else. In fact, before we get into this comic book, go ahead and check it out.
So how long have you been drawing comic books?
Since I was about 7 years old, little kid.
What'd your parents think about it?
They hated it. Oh yeah. After I got a job and they saw that you can make a living out of Thursday, you'll hear no complaints anymore.
And you created X-Force?
Mm-hmm.
So what is the drawing of?
This is the Spike Man.
And what's this right here?
This is the camera on top of your head that will record the wrongdoings of others.
So Rob, have you had any formal art training?
No. Just a lot of imagination, I think. Wait, so I say it and then look down? Or just open it and say it?
Fly button?
Now that all you younglings out there are caught up on where Rob's going, let's see where it all began. For the one, the only, Rob Liefeld. With the debut issue of this Hawk and Dove miniseries from 1988. And as you can see, this is done in a very old classic 9-panel style. It's very boring compared to Rob's later work, but the art is spectacular, as you expect from Rob Liefeld in the 1980s and 90s. All right, here we go. Jackie Chambers, is it? These pictures. Your family? Pretty woman. Wife? Daughter. I'd like to meet her. Haven't changed your currency yet, I see. Sloppy. First time in Nicaragua, Jackie? I'm looking for someone who was in Nicaragua not long ago. May still be here. American male. A lot like you, Jackie. He looks so normal. Just like anybody. But just say the magic word, and he becomes very strong. Very tough. Very deadly. A lot like me. I'm everything he is, and more. The masters saw to that. Emshala and Gorham. Ever hear of them, Jackie? I guess they're what you'd call gods of evil. They're lords of chaos, Jackie. I worship them. My name is Kestrel. I'm to find this man, speak to him. Just talk, that's all, honest. But if he doesn't want to listen to me, well, my master gave me an edge. Screech! Oh, Gauntlet, there it is. Jeez, the origin. Tengen. For Nintendo. Hot knife and butter. Know what I mean? Steel, brick, bone, all the same to me. Now we know my name, and we know your name. But what's the name of the man I'm looking for? Can you help me, Jackie? Do you know his name? I think you do. I think you know his name very well. Don't you? Hawk? Whack! No, you got the wrong guy. I'm not him. I'm not Hawk. I'm not Hawk. I know. I believe you. You're not Hawk. Just like all the others. And then we just have a brutal killing because DC Comics was way awesome when Marvel was afraid to be. And then here's the real Hawk who's getting out of bed early in the morning. He's, a young college student here. He wears this very ridiculous quasi-Captain America shirt. I don't know why, other than it's just a visual cue that this is the real Hawk, And so there's been this robbery, and he's going to stop him. Catch this. Looks like some stupid kid's trying to play hero. Don't look like he's going to move. He better. This car ain't stopping for no kid. Hawk. Oh no, not him. Get out of his way. Get out of his way. I don't think you're getting out of his way. Just like you can't get out of the way of this very interesting snake that loves Candylicious bigger than your figure. Get that bubble gum right now. I don't think they make it anymore. Cosmic Odyssey. The anti-life equation is deadlier than they thought. Even the gods fear for the fate of the universe. But Darkseid has a plan. Cosmic Odyssey. And doesn't that artwork right there really make you want to read this book? This artwork, wow, look at that. That's awesome. This is what they were offering when Rob wasn't there. This is every other DC book at this moment in time. I think, I can't even say Legends of the Dark Knight because that didn't come out, I think, till 89. Well, this is where the revolution started right here. Hawk and Dove, baby. Ghosts and Demons. Written by Karl Kesel and Barbara Kesel. Penciled by Rob Liefeld. Inked by Karl Kesel. Lettered by Janice Chiang. And colored by Glenn Whitmore. And kudos to all of them. Other than Glenn Whitmore, I don't know. I gotta blame Rob and Glenn for this shirt. Jeez. But this comic is actually pretty good. A little wordy, maybe. Good introduction to Hawk and Dove, though. I had no idea who they were. No clue. I actually got confused when I went to my comic shop, and I tried to pick up Cloak and Dagger for some reason, thinking that Rob had worked on that. No, it was Hawk and Dove. And I saw these, and these were 50 cents a piece, baby. 50 cents a piece. Whew. Deal. This is like finding a gold doubloon to me. This is like you and me, the Crypto Knights out there. I feel like we're the Goonies. And this is like discovering One-Eye Willie's pirate ship, And we got the treasure. And we're going to save the Goondocks. Which I guess is what Crypto Comics is. I guess. Anyway. Here we go with this totally awesome. He looks really cool. I got to admit, he looks really cool, but I wish he was in black and red instead of white and red. And I want to know, did this inspire Mr. Sinister's cape, or did Mr. Sinister's cape inspire this cape? I don't really know. But anyways, he's going to stop the bad guys. I love the design. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that great? Rob's barely getting to break the borders there. Slip into the gutters. They won't let him do much, but, you know, a little bit. Rob's work back then is much better than his work now. I got to admit. Way better. This is way better. These characters actually all look different. Did you notice that? He used to draw characters so that they actually all look different from each other. I don't know what happened. You can be taller, though. Amazing. Now you can increase your height 2 to 5 inches in weeks. No risk. Healthy method. Newly created traction and stretch exercises plus other discoveries produce amazing results for both sexes. Age to 30. Okay? Exciting new toy. The Dizzy Wizzy. Man. This is probably like the last year this style of ads was going on in comic books, I feel. Anyway, the detective starts to give him some business, and Hawk is a real hothead. You know, this is a thing about Hawk, and when the danger is over, he has to transform back, right, into just being a normal college kid, and he's already late for football practice, right, and a lot of dialogue there with the coach. We don't care about that. Dialogue with the teammate, you know, and then of course, you know, we get this hot chick here. This is Renata Takamori. She's the photographer for the school newspaper, of course, right, and she's doing her thing, and she wants to, you know, get him to come out. And she keeps calling him Sean Penn because he's a bad boy, you know. And in the 80s, that would have been the top bad boy in Hollywood, right? Sean Penn. You get comics for 30 to 80% off back then. Linda? Sorry, No, Hank. I'm the one who's sorry. It's been a long time. Well, our paths don't exactly cross anymore. Not since Don died. You know, he was so kind and caring. That's what I loved about him. Not that we were going to get married or anything, but funny. I've never met two brothers who were so different. I always thought that it would be you. You two were such rivals, always trying to prove the other wrong. If only you tried to cooperate, meet each other halfway, you both could have gained so much. Don't you miss him? I cried all through the funeral. But you wouldn't know, would you? You weren't there. Something urgent in where? New York? No, Linda. Sorry, Hank. Gotta run. You know how it is. But I had to go. It was important. I miss him too. She's gonna walk away because she doesn't care. She just wanted to stop to make you think about your dead brother and how horrible you should feel about your dead brother, like you don't feel horrible about your dead brother. You don't know what it was like. Don was always in things over his head. I had to go along to protect him, keep him safe. Some job I did. Don's dead. Dov's dead. Aye! I love it when we get an IE in a comic so much. Hawk! Great, just what I needed. I hope it's drug pushers. I hate drug pushers. Give up. 2 of you against me isn't a fair fight. And I wouldn't want to have to hurt you. Not 2. Boom! 3! Oh, I'm knocked unconscious and I go into this weird dreamlike state where I see my father and my brother and we talk about what went wrong and how the father risked everything. They sent a hitman to kill our father while Don and I were locked in a room at their headquarters. It's hopeless. We can't get that door open. If only there were another way out of here. Or if we had some sort of super strength or power. Powers? You wish power? Your wish shall be granted. Talk about a Deus Ex Machina, right? Like just, you're locked in a room and all of a sudden a disembodied voice shows up and just gives you superpowers. How convenient. Wow, this is a really thoughtful, creative origin story. You took a lot of time developing out how they became Hawk and Dove. That's really awesome. Keep in mind, these characters were created in the 1960s, way before Rob and Karl and Barbara were tasked with making this epic 5-issue miniseries. So we're getting this backstory here about the boys, the brothers, Don and Hank, Hawk and Dove. They were brothers, and Don is dead. Don, the pacifist, is dead. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, that's when that mysterious voice came in and gave us our powers. No, I want to save Father, not smash criminals. We seem to have a hawk and a dove. So be it. Whenever injustice strikes, you need only speak your names, hawk and dove, and you shall be transformed. Whatever you could do moments ago, now in costume, you can do infinitely better. You will become extensions of your inner selves. The transformations will not occur if there is no injustice present, and when your powers are no longer needed, you will revert to your ordinary selves. Wow, that was a snap! I know. These powers were just what we needed to save Dad. And fight the dropouts. Almost forgot about them. If you want to rest up a bit, Hawk, I can handle them for a while. You always were useless in a fight. Never would hit anyone, would you? Not even if you got beaten to a pulp, like against Harker. Tough escape con, but you wouldn't give him the one good punch needed to take him out. No, I won't fight your way. I don't need to use brute violence on anyone. You finally tied him up with his own shirt, but you looked like hamburger for a week, you jerk. I'll smash you. Oh, holy. Here now, I know it hurts, but your friends are impressionable. Hey, I remember this. This is the Hodgins case. The time you thought I died. Stay back. I gotta. Shut up, killer. Lying, verminous killer. Shut up. Don't say anything. But I wasn't the one who died. No, not the red skies. Not again. Hawk, that building's about to fall on those kids. I'll get them. No, Dove, I'll go. Dove! Clunk. What? Huh? Oh, these guys must have gotten a lucky punch, but looks like I showed them. I always knew I could take out punks like that in my sleep. Now to get the muggy to Campus Health and make a call to my pal Wolfson, and the good guys will have won again. Rah. Okay, here we keep going here. One shot is all it takes. 2 personalities buried in the past. 3 women who loved him. 4 lives irrevocably shattered. It's Deadshot, a 4-issue miniseries by John Ostrander and Kim Yale. Art by Luke McDonnell. Beginning July 1989. So here Kestrel gets a plane. He's going to Washington, D.C. And then Hawk goes to meet the chick, you know, and all of his friends and have some teenage fun. And, oh, we got some spills here. Hey, I think this is yours. Here's your beer. That was priceless. Oh, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. Did you guys hear about that robbery today? Happened right outside my apartment. So I got to see Hawk in action. I went over there, and look what I found. Holy hot leads, Batman. Paulson Photochemical. They have a warehouse on the river. Could they be hiring ex-cons or... Hey, this would be wild. What if their low prices are subsidized by ill-gotten means? Ran, be serious for a minute. If this has anything to do with the robbery, shouldn't you turn it over to the police, Hank? Yeah, right. Almost what I was thinking. Sorry to eat and run, but I just don't think this can wait. Yeah, we understand. Bye. But you gotta come back and tell us the end of the story, okay? Sure, yeah, see you tomorrow maybe. I'll be here. Subtle. Sorry. So I like 'em big and stupid, so sue me. Doc Savage, the adventure continues. I'm not interested. So Hawk goes and bursts into the warehouse. Hey, we're having a good time in here smoking cigarettes. What's going on? We're just minding our own business. All right, you asked for it. When I find you creeps, you don't want to know what I'm going to do to your faces. It's going to punch them. Click, click. It's about time. Does the boss know he's here? If he didn't, he will now. You might as well give up, Hawk. You're outnumbered. Don't you guys read the papers? This is the way I like it. Just me, just you. Pounded into garbage. I don't need a weapon. I don't need anybody else to take you out. I don't need Dove. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Together again for the first time. Who will she be? We don't know. There's only one way to find out, and that's to check out the Hawk and Dove 1988 5-issue miniseries by Barbara and Karl Kesel and our boy Rob Liefeld. And as you can clearly see, Rob does all the totally awesome artwork on this entire miniseries, and it really sucks because issue number 2 was not at my comic shop for 50 cents. It was the only one I couldn't get. So I'm stuck. I cannot continue until I track down that issue 2, which I intend to do, because I actually enjoyed the first issue of this, and it's very interesting to kind of see, like, this is really kind of where it all starts, right? Like, you've got Todd doing some stuff over at Marvel. You got Rob here. Jim and Mark are doing some stuff over there at Marvel. Eric Larson's going to take over Spider-Man, in the near future when Todd leaves for a year. And this is what Rob was doing right when he broke in, This is the first mainstream comic that the kid did. And I really liked it. His art is really good on this. Like, look at this in particular. It's really quite lovely, and I appreciate it. Are Kestrel and I related? It is very possible. I really enjoy Kestrel. I think he is one of the most dynamic looking villains you can find, and it's interesting because, as you can see, like, they clearly are wearing the same kind of gimmick here, so I'm kind of curious to see where this goes and how this concludes. This has been a wonderful little glimpse into the origin of our main man here at Crypto Comics, Robert Liefeld, here on Rob Liefeld Appreciation Day. I hope you liked it. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe. Hit that bell down there, and it will send a subconscious message to Rob Liefeld's brain to start drawing like he did when he was a kid. And then prepare yourselves for coming back here tonight for another very exciting installment of Rob Liefeld Appreciation Day here on Crypto Comics. I'll see you then.